What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Footy Review. We're talking about Real Madrid 1, Getafe 0, Week 8 in La Liga, and Real Madrid with another 3 points and jumping 3 points above Barcelona on the table, keeping the pressure on Barcelona for their game tomorrow. So, Fern, you watched the game. What are your thoughts? What do you think about Madrid?
So I'd like to start with y'all dropped 2 points.
We did.
Nice.
Not today, last weekend, though.
No, not today. Tell me I haven't been saying this for a long time that Rodrigo should be in the starting lineup.
No, you have. And I think most people are in consensus with that now. Rodrigo he's a baller, true baller.
And he deserves to be in the lineup, not only because he's great, but it gives Madrid a different perspective in terms of the attack.
He to me, he fills in when we don't have Benzema. He's the next best option to have like a good link up player that can hold the ball up and just do these little short passes with Valverde and Vinny.
Right. And I agree. And what I'm saying is that, like, he is, interestingly enough, he's a good substitute for Benzema. And not because Benzema doesn't deserve to be in the starting lineup, but because he adds to the attack in a different way than Benzema does.
No, yeah, and our ideal starting lineup has both Benzema and Rodrigo. Like, he's not only just good
And like
as a backup for Benzema, he's good in his own right.
I've been saying, he should be on the wing and Valverde should be in the middle.
Yeah, so we're talking about the Getafe game, but in the game before that, the Shakhtar game, for me, that was our best starting 11, that we can have, where we had Valverde in the middle, and then we had the front three was Rodrigo, Vinny, Benz. That, to me, the amount of chances that we generated, we weren't that clinical that day. And you can say the same thing about this game today against Getafe. We should have probably scored way more goals. So we're a little bit cold in the finishing aspect. But yeah, just the amount of chances that we generate when we have Rodrigo, Vinny, Benz, and Valverde all linking up. It's like a tornado on the attack. It's crazy.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but Madrid looked dangerous today.
Once we start getting hot again with the goal scoring, we're gonna start demolishing teams again, dude. The goal is the only thing that's lacking right now. But once we start getting hot again,
that's the most important thing.
But we're still getting the results. So far, we've only tied one game. So still, a great start to the season. We're grinding them out a little bit more down the home, like in the last few games. But another positive too is this is our first La Liga clean sheet. This was literally the first time that we were able to keep a clean sheet.
No way. That's the first clean sheet
for La Liga. Yeah, not in Champions. That first clean sheet.
That's bad.
Yeah, it is bad. But, that's how it is. So I think overall, solid performance. I'm a little confused as to why Benzema didn't play. That is confusing me a little bit. I
agree.
Because as far as I was concerned, he was back to full health. He played 90 minutes in the last 2 games.
He played.
In the last 2 games, he played the full 90. So just me as an outside observer, I would think, okay, he's like full fitness, ready to go. And then they're saying today they're giving him a rest, not even naming him on the squad. He's not even sitting on the bench. So that was a little bit weird to me.
Why do you think that is?
I have no idea. I got no idea. They said that he's like resting him or whatever, that he overworked him a little. That's what I'm saying. Why would you put him 2 games, 90 minutes, just to not even put him on the team sheet in the next game to rest him? That seems really weird to me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, why wouldn't you play him? I
just want to touch on a few more individual performances. So you mentioned Rodrigo. I think also Rodrigo is one of the standouts. Vinny continues to perform well. He didn't score or assist today, but still always the main key danger man that the defense has to worry about.
Look, I'll tell you this. Vinny, as much as I hate to say it, he's a star. And it's
and he's consistent now. You get consistent performances.
It's interesting to see that he's really come into his own, and it's great to see as an individual player. As much as I hate that it's from Madrid, but he's great, and I don't think anyone can deny that.
Yeah, Vinny is definitely, one of the top elite players of our, and he's also one of the in the World Cup, one of the most anticipated players, to see his performance specifically, just because of how prolific he's been over the last year for Madrid.
I'm excited to see him in the World Cup.
Honestly, I'm going for Brazil in the World Cup because Madrid has so many Brazilians, and also
Yeah, I get that.
I still even consider Casemiro as one of our own, in terms of this World Cup, just going forward.
But he's been bad at United.
Yeah. We don't got to get too much into that.
Okay.
I agree. It's kind of weird at United, but to me, the standout player honestly was Militao. Militao played amazing defense. And also they started with a different back line than usual. They had Alaba starting on the left back with Rudiger and Militao as the center back pairing, Carvajal on the right. Honestly, Carvajal relies on Valverde as a crutch so bad on the right side. So I think
Valverde comes back.
Yeah, if we didn't have a player that could run up and down in the way that Valverde does, Carvajal, I don't know if he would be
wouldn't be
ready
in the
to
lineup.
He wouldn't be able to start the game because
Nope.
the one thing Carvajal he has experience and he has good he contributes a lot on the offense. He always can put in a good cross. He's been doing it his whole career. He still has that. But in terms of just the physicality needed to cover the whole wing, he doesn't have it anymore. And Valverde is a huge crutch that he relies on.
I agree. And he's kind of reminiscent of Jordi Alba because of the experience. And I'm not going to say that they're the same player, but like on the right versus the left, Jordi kind of they look very similar when you see them play.
Yeah, but I still think I think Jordi Alba. How old is Jordi Alba, by the way? I'm trying to think who's older between the two of them.
36. I don't know.
So Jordi Alba is a few years older, but I feel like I felt like Jordi Alba was good as a standalone player for a longer period of time than Carvajal.
Yeah, I agree.
Carvajal started relying much more on Valverde earlier in his career.
And honestly, maybe that's why they've been playing him on the wing.
That's honestly part of it. But even when he plays as the midfielder on the right side, he does the same thing. It's really for Valverde, it's more just a formality on the fucking team sheet where you're gonna put him, because either way, he's doing the same role, honestly.
Yeah, but you always have him on the team sheet because regardless of how the game is going, maybe you need that just spark.
Yeah, maybe. But then also on the center back pairing, Militao and Rudiger, like I mentioned before, to me, Militao.
I said this in an earlier episode. Rudiger is going to grow his way into the team.
No,
he's not. He's a good defender. He does well for Madrid, and honestly, you can use Alaba in a lot of different places. He should be used in a lot of different places. Injuries. He can step into the middle. He can step into that CDM role. He can step into the center mid role. He can honestly play anywhere. So I think it personally use Militao and Rudiger, and Alaba can just fill in wherever you need him to.
No, so for me,
I've been saying that from the beginning of the season.
I never doubted that Rudiger was going to be a prominent role in our team. I was saying our best center back pairing in a vacuum is Militao and Alaba, which I still believe that's true. However, I knew Rudiger is a great player. I knew he was going to find his spot on the team and all of that. So, and with Militao is playing amazing too, by the way. Militao is playing really good. I do like having Alaba on the left. He's such a dynamic, different option in terms of our build-up play, linking up with Vinny and Rodrigo.
Impact, the left is.
And you're right. Alaba can play anywhere, and I think we actually have a few of these chameleon-like players on our team too that can play in multiple positions, which is actually helps Ancelotti a lot because, like you said, Alaba can play like 3 different positions. He can play center back, CDM, or left back. Rodrigo can play winger or false 9. Valverde, you put him anywhere down the right wing. We have players like this on the team, which helps a lot with flexibility. So I really like how the team looks. I'm very pleased with the performance. 1-0 is not a super flashy scoreline, but clearly the dominant team. Same thing with the Shakhtar game. Just, only winning by 1 goal, you always leave the risk that you could drop points in the last minute. That's the one thing. why you got to finish games off.
Yeah,
But the
but Madrid
performances
is
are amazing.
yeah, but Madrid is the last minute fucking they always get it in the last minute.
And then
So
I will say though, in this game and the Shakhtar game, they weren't really threatening that much either. There was never, it's some
but they
teams.
had like a decent amount of chances and they were low key chances, but they were chances. And if Madrid wanted to, like if they were clinical, if they were more clinical, they could have won by like 3 or 4.
No, 100%. But I'm just saying the score lines for these last two games haven't been great, but it always felt like Madrid was in control the entire time for the games.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
And
And
I mean, it's against lesser opponents. It's not going to be like that against Barca, for example. Or maybe it might
right.
be.
And
But,
honestly, I'm excited for the Clasico because I don't know. And I mean, it sucks that Barca is so injury. They have so many injuries right now. So I think it'll take away a little bit from the merits of the Clasico. But I'm excited.
Yep. So that's it. We were just talked about Real Madrid and Getafe 1-0 win for Madrid. We'll be back with more La Liga and soccer talk, Champions League, all that. See you next time.